Welcome to my video, guys. Today we'll be talking about Garo. Garo is one of my favorite character of One Punch Man, and I know that he's the favorite character of many One Punch Man fan. But before we get to his ultimate farm that he acquired at the end of the Monster Association arc, let's talk a little bit about his backstory, which many of us know that Garo was a student of Bang, which Bang is the number three era of the Era Association. So Garo trained on the Bang at his dojo, where he learned the water stream rock smashing face. But one day, Garo decided to go on a rampage and beat up every one of the students from Bang's dojo. So Bang ended up expelling him. After that, Garo went on a mission to hunt heroes, and he fought against many S-class heroes and A-class heroes, and eventually he ended up in the Monster Association, and he even fought against Orochi, the Monster King Orochi, when he went to the Monster Association. So after he fought Monster Orochi, he got knocked out, and after he woke up from his coma or whatever, he fought against Dark Shine, which is a S-class hero from the Era Association, and he got seriously wounded in that fight. But he ended up healing him. He ended up gotten healed from like his body got healed because he was monsterizing. After he fought and went through many transformation, he finally came to the ultimate form, which is the cosmic fear Garo, when he got the power from God. When Garo got the power from God, he was able to replicate gamma ray bursts. He was able to create nuclear fission fist. He even fought against Blast and copied Blast moves and techniques. He copied Blast gravity knuckle fist, gravity knuckle punch, and also he copied his portals that Blast can use to travel through dimensions. So Garo wasn't now able to not only copy people's technique, he was able to copy people themselves. Like he went up against Saitama, and Saitama was bloodlusted when Saitama came and realized that Genos was dead. Saitama went at him with a serious punch, and Garo copied Saitama and says Saitama mode, and they collided, punch together, created serious punch square, which wiped out millions or even thousands of galaxies along with those stars, and got knocked all the way to Jupiter, and they ended up on the moon, Io, in which they have an epic battle. They fought an epic fight there. Saitama destroyed Jupiter's moon with four fingers. That fight was crazy. I can't wait for it to be animated. But Garo, Garo now was on a whole new level. He wasn't just only copying people's technique, copying people's style. He was now copying your power level. So for instance, if you have a billion power, if your power level is at 1 billion, Garo is able to copy that power level and copy every technique that you're using. So he was copying your technique and stacking those techniques and that power level onto his power level and onto every technique that he had copied in the past. So Garo was on a whole new level. So Garo's plan was that he was going to copy Saitama endlessly. He said he's going to copy Saitama endlessly and eventually will overpower Saitama. But little did he know that Saitama didn't have a cap. Garo doesn't have a cap and how long he can copy you and how much time he can copy a person. Because each time Saitama raises his power to a different level, Garo keep copying him. So because in the manga it shows a graph in which they grow, and you can see visually that Garo at points was in front of Saitama, but Saitama keep raising his power. Like every punch Saitama throws at Garo, he becomes stronger. Like every other second, like we say, every millisecond, Saitama is stronger than the previous millisecond ago. So Garo ended up saying like, "This dude is crazy. This makes no sense." So this Garo decided that, oh, man, this guy's a monster. He shouldn't be allowed to roam Earth. And so Garo decided to knock Saitama away in outer space and then use a portal to travel back to Earth. But Saitama used a serious fart and fart him way back through the portal and fart him way back to Earth. And then he knocked Garo down to Earth. And when he knocked Garo down to Earth, Garo then saw The kid that he was trying to protect was trying to that call him uncle. So Garo decided to come to his senses and say, okay, he have a technique that he developed, which side which Garo is able to control light and dark matter. He's able to control light and dark matter. So he controlled light and dark matter and was able to create a time travel technique in which he teaches that to Saitama. When he taught that to Saitama, Saitama was able to replicate the technique and went back in the past. When Saitama went back into the past, he used the zero punch and he punched Garo, and Garo mask cracked and his power started seeping out. He then started to lose the power that God gave to him. And the point, and then because Saitama do the zero punch and reverse time, it reverse causality, and everything that happened in the past was fixed. But Saitama future body merged with his past body, the body from the past, and then Saitama forget everything that happened in the fight between him and Garo. But the thing we're taking from this is that many people saying like Garo wouldn't be able to defeat people from DBZ like Frieza or Cell. He would have problems on defeating Cell or Frieza or Goku. Which my take on that would be no. You'd be able to defeat them. You wouldn't have problems with them because it's not like Garo couldn't copy Saitama no more. Is just that he realized it didn't make any sense for him to keep copying him, because if he even keep copying Saitama, it's gonna be endless because Saitama is growing like every second. Saitama is growing, and there's no other character from Dragon Ball or from Dragon Ball Z that actually does things like that. They don't keep raising their power level every second. They go to a maximum power level and then they decline. Their power go down, they get weaker. But Saitama doesn't get weaker. He keep growing. He keep growing no matter what. He keep growing. So Garo decided he was just gonna stop fighting, and he taught Saitama the technique to go back in the past to fix things. So my take on this is that Garo would be able to copy all the characters from Dragon Ball and copy anybody, and he would be able to overpower them because he stacked those powers onto his power and become stronger. So if you guys really take note and really watch and read the manga correctly, you will see that Garo would be undefeated if it wasn't for Saitama. Nobody will be able to defeat Garo. My number one question is, guys, or that I want to ask everybody, because this is a question that I've been asking from the time I read this in the manga. What would happen if Saitama and Garo should clash punches at the power level that they were at the end of the fight? Remember, at the beginning of the fight, they clashed Serious Punch and it wiped out so many stars. What would happen if they both should clash punches again at the end of the fight? What if they went and decided that they were gonna continue fighting and do Serious Punch and then they should clash their punches together? What would happen? Remember that Garo and Saitama raised their power level like so much more than the power level that Saitama and Garo was at the beginning of the fight. So just imagine, guys, how powerful they were at the end of the fight. What if they should clash punches together? What would have happened? Anyway, guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel and turn the bell notification on so you will get my future videos. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful evening. See you guys in the next video.